Not
Let
the
me
Louis
friend
Strauss
you.
interview.
Okay.
Hey, what's up,
Let me
Charles?
friend you.
Hello.
Charles.
We got
Yes.
Charles and fucking Wong Young Patriot.
Oh,
Separate.
yo, this is amazing.
The
Oh,
double
shit, what's gonna
interview.
happen?
Cefrix,
love
can you
Charles.
can you
Yo,
you
is that
accept my
Charles?
Yes, this is. Hello.
Look at Charles.
Holy smokes, Charles!
Charles, you looking sexy, boy.
Word. Hey, hey, drip or
Yeah,
drown.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
give
was
you-
done with this business meeting that I had with the
guys? Someone invited me to this Discord, right? And it's like we're like God bless CJT and at like Republican and all these people are in. I haven't really even gone on it, but let me invite God bless CJT.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm thinking based.
Are you guys having a debate? What's going on?
Yeah,
no,
right.
it's I believe it's supposed to be an interview, but I really have nothing better to do at this point.
Yes,
Like this is because I just finished. I was just finished with a business meeting with the LA County Republican Party, especially a fraction called Disobey LA. So what we do is that I am the key, or I'm one of the key organizers. So I'm in charge of communications. So I reach out to small business owners, and what we do is that we collect the evidences, we collect video evidence, and all sorts of evidence that we can find about government's incompetencies and about the harsh lockdown's effects on small businesses. So we can
What part of LA are you from?
Pasadena, but
Pasadena. I'm repping Torrance, bro.
Cool. I'd like to get involved with my local GOP.
It's not necessarily. I mean, I guess it's sort of local, but I'm usually in campaign seasons. I'm more involved on a federal level. I work. I mostly work with NRCC. That's National Republican Congressional Committee. So.
Yeah, I had them come down to my campaign office because I work down here in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What capacity?
I don't know if you ever heard of her, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik.
I think I might have, but
yeah,
Congress is 453 members, so the name certainly rings a bell.
Yeah,
Charles, what do you think of Among Us?
Oh my gosh!
God,
are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Hit mobile game.
So
hit mobile game Among Us.
Is the local GOP looking kind of sus?
Dude, I'm about to...
So yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. So is COVID real? Do you guys believe COVID is real?
No, it's completely fake, bro. Absolutely. Like,
Charles, what do you think of the Asian attack that's going on in Cali right now?
Oh, it's rather sad, and I believe.
Oh my God! Sorry, we have to mute some people.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
the Asian attacks. It's just we have about certain populations in our nation that believe that they can do whatever they want on other minorities, and then they can just.
Are you talking about black people?
No, we're talking about Asians right now.
Some members of the African American.
Okay.
Yes, some members of the African American communities do believe that I'm not saying everyone, but some member of the African Americans, some African Americans do believe that they get a free pass on everything because they're black, they're supposedly oppressed, and they can just attack Asians and blame it on whites. Because after all, how come anyone but whites be possibly racist? I mean,
so like Black Lives Matter.
No. Yes. But not in a. Well, yes, Black lives do matter, but they don't matter more than Asian lives. They don't matter more than white lives. I'm trying to be very optical as I can. Okay, because
I'm a black guy and I'm still racist. So that kind of just proves your point about all races being allowed to be racist.
Blacks. Yeah. I have nothing further
just leave it
to add
at
on.
that. That's all you have to say.
I have to watch my optics very carefully. You see, it doesn't matter. How I think doesn't fucking matter. Okay, what matters is the preservation of optics, and it's I've been paying attention to my optics all the time.
What do you mean by optics? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Just what do you mean by
fine.
optics?
Optics is when you watch what you say, and you watch carefully about whether what you say is every single word that we say nowadays has effects. It has consequences, and we just need to watch out for these things. If you want to actually stop demographic change, you don't go on the streets and yell N-word towards homeless people. What you do is that you actually.
I already do that.
Oh damn!
So I get what you're saying, Charles. Especially with someone like you, since you don't go behind like a different username, like a different personality. You're Charles G.
Yeah, I have nothing to hide, and I mean, trust me, I really have nothing to hide. Take that as you will, but
you're a true politician, a real politician, not like fake phony.
Shut up!
Oh my gosh!
And by the way, you guys need to cool it with the anti-Semitism. Okay. First of all,
all right, David.
Cool it
with the anti-Semitic remarks. Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
Hey, Charles, do you think Asians are quote unquote honorary white?
What?
White people. Do you think Asians are quote unquote?
I understand what you were asking, but like, are Asians honorary white?
People.
Why would?
Are you referring to like
I'm referring to the
whole concept of
to that Washington school,
involves,
you know.
I mean, the whole concept of honorary white involves white supremacism. So, so that's something that we should all join together and denounce. You know,
that was clear.
Yeah, but it's kind of
Asian.
Everything's good for now. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be, I don't care.
Yo,
I'm honorary Asian status. That's amazing.
Charles,
So you're saying,
do you know who Noro is?
No.
Not every Asian knows each other.
I have a question.
Sure.
What's your favorite kind of fish?
Oh, my favorite kind of fish.
like
Probably trout.
Trout?
You have
ever had have you ever had swordfish? Swordfish is bomb.
Yes, swordfish.
Mine is probably okay. So hear me out. Pickled herring is my favorite fish.
What are you from? Like Iceland or something? You're disgusting.
I like crappie. Crappie is my favorite.
Maybe I am.
So what's your favorite fish?
Why? That just smells like
salmon.
It smells like cat piss.
Mine is.
It tastes good. Don't worry.
Fish.
I mean,
catfish is really good though.
That and like I like any kind of smoked fish.
Dude, Charles just took over the interview.
Fish and John Dory are really good.
But but smoked salmon is pretty good. I think my all-time favorite fish is probably tuna, bluefin tuna. Have you guys ever had that?
So Charles,
I've had that before. It's good.
If you and Joe were in a basketball match, one young patriot right here, which one of you do you think would win?
Oh fuck!
Gotta really think about it.
Joe,
I will not answer that. But if the
Why was I muted? I just asked about fish. How come you guys can ask him about like how hairy his asshole is, but I can't ask what his favorite fish is? What the hell?
Huh?
I was saying, how come I got muted for asking his favorite fish, but you guys can be like, oh, how hairy is your asshole? What the hell, man? This is unfair. This is prejudice against me. It's because I'm Jewish.
It had white supremacist undertones.
We have you one young patriot, we got Bianca Depp.
You guys shut the fuck up.
Charles, what do you think of Israel? Do you think a two-state solution would work?
I would hypothetically support a two-state solution. Definitely. I don't think it forward when it comes down to Israel. You can't just support any one of these two powers to take over the entire region.
It's morally gray.
The other party is not going to settle. So
I support a one-state solution in which Israel
Shut up. Sorry, we have to mute these retards. So
He's Jewish. He won't shut up about it.
So there are a few misconceptions that people have about Israel. I know people on the far right that believes Israel is this shady nation that owns our country, that manipulates every single foreign policy move that we make. But that's not entirely. Why does Israel have such a major influence on American politics? First of all,
that's what I'm wondering.
AIPAC is the biggest and actually the first foreign lobbying group that we have in the United States. So they have been here for a very long time, and they do make substantial contributions to campaigns, to political campaigns. But all they do is that they keep certain people in power, and these certain people would vote for policies that are in favor of Israel. Doesn't mean these people are like Israeli puppets. Sometimes back in Obama years, a lot of the Democratic senators supported by actually voted against Israeli policies because Obama had this had a falling out with Israel back in 2012. Remember, Obama was supposed to move the embassy to Jerusalem back in 2012, but he never did it because he had a falling out.
Give him his shekels.
Charles, do you think Mossad is in the right in attacking Israel? Because I think they are, personally.
Mossad?
I've never done such a thing.
Mossad is the Israeli intelligence agencies. What do you mean of Mossad attacking?
I didn't really think that out, Tristan.
Dude, I think they're attacking Israel, dude. I think they're doing some real covert shit. You don't think that the American CIA, they're doing
Charlie Horn? I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you think? What are your thoughts on Bashar al-Assad or Bashar Assad?
At this point, it is impossible to remove Bashar al-Assad from power. As much as I would love to see that, but it's impossible.
What?
And at this point, I believe the Americans should just, be like how we were in the late 1800s of conquering. We should just pull out a map of Syria and tell Russia, look,
and blow it up.
Just straight up tell them that we're never going to leave Syria. So we can either prolong this unnecessary civil war, which is also causing a burden on your economy, or we can pull up this map. We can divide up Syria. We can have this oil fields, and you can keep Assad in power.
Well, don't you think that Syria sort of has a right to rule its own country? With Assad?
No,
I haven't been. Look, I mean, when it comes down to foreign policies, as an American, policymaker, you have to have some double standards. You have to ignore sometimes. Sometimes we need their natural resources and their natural.
Hey! I'm the Israeli spy here. Hold on, it's not enough room for two of us.
What?
Charles, what is your opinion on Mozambique President Ibo Ishak?
Mozambique has been getting dangerously close with China in the recent years. So I'm not exactly sure how to make of that, but they're certainly not helping. Even though they're also accepting a huge amount of aid from the United States, they're still approving projects. They're still taking loans from China's Belt and Road Initiative, which is basically turning them into a China proxy. So
Charles, so recently in the news, Ibo Ishak was named the Protector of Islam. There's only been 2 holders of this. I believe it was, I forget who it was, but I know one of them was Benito Mussolini. What do you think about that, being named the Protector of Islam?
I don't give a shit, dude. I couldn't give less of a shit.
This could be a very serious thing because a lot of Muslims are rallying behind his cause, and his cause is very violent.
Yeah,
Ibo Ishak is a terrorist.
It's bigger than Boko Haram. I don't know if you're familiar with Boko Haram, but he's getting traction, Ibo Ishak.
I mean, if that they are becoming too much of a substantial force against the United States influences in the region, I believe it. I'm neutral on U.S. intervention. On 80% of the cases, I support it, but in this case, I don't.
My pussy's wet.
Uh-huh.
Shut up.
And
unfunny as a mess.
I don't think at this point it's worth it for us to actually deploy thousands or tens of thousands of troops. I think what we should do is that we should train local proxies, local U.S. proxies, so they can actively engage against this sort of.
Wait.
And you want to know what Ebo Ishak said, which was actually kind of.
Oh my god.
Please stop. You're actually unfunny. Holy
You know what
smokes.
Okay,
Ebo
but
Ishak said
guys,
that was actually
guys,
scary?
Unfunny.
Just made this observation, alright? Okay.
He said that he would avenge Muammar Gaddafi.
Sure.
Like the little white kid laughing his ass off.
I would love
No.
to try it. I mean, what plan do you actually have against the United States of fucking America?
He has millions of dollars coming in from some like mercenary groups. He's preparing to attack other African countries. Like he's a very serious threat.
Yeah,
Ebo Ishak is not to be taken lightly, and
no,
not.
but like
That
this is like Metal Gear Solid, actually.
Wait, why is the white 9-year-old?
Yeah, he also did the
His ass off
suicide
right
bombing in Baghdad.
Where'd Joe go? Oh,
Yeah.
now?
hey Joe. Sorry, Joe. I thought you disappeared.
Yeah, no, I'm here. I gotta go pretty soon, though. But what's up?
Ever see The Dark Knight?
What?
Yeah,
Charles?
sure, I have. It's-
Ebo Ishak, he heard the whole shipment of like $1 million just to show how ruthless he was. And he actually said it's not about the money, it's about the message.
Oh my god, no he didn't. He didn't
yeah,
say
Ebo
that, did
Ishak
he?
said that.
Oh my god, he's actually deranged.
He's brutal.
His name is Ibo Hamid.
Pentagon was not a Taliban in time, and that was disastrous. But you know, if they don't handle this in time, which I believe the proper solution would be to train local proxies to fight against them locally. I mean, I would hate to put American lives at risk unless we absolutely need to, either for our economy or for national security. But you know, at this point, I think we should just train like a shit ton of proxies and pray that in time they don't turn.
Well, you see, normally I would agree with you on that, but Ebo Ishak is trying to form like a coalition of all these African nations, so
Yeah,
that might make it a little
Yeah,
hard.
he actually
Hey, Troy, you're
blew
cool,
up an
Charles,
aircraft
you're
carrier.
cool.
If you did not
See
know
you
that.
guys later.
He blew up an aircraft carrier.
Yeah,
Ebo Ishak,
Yeah.
he hit an aircraft carrier. And he
the Egyptian
It wasn't one of
aircraft
ours,
carrier.
but
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was
ours,
Egyptian.
actually a Korean aircraft.
Oh,
carrier.
it was Egyptian.
Oh yeah,
Korea.
it was Egyptian.
well, either way, he blew up an
Yeah.
aircraft carrier, and that's pretty serious.
Lives
thing.
were lost. Like
Why talking about African policies all of a sudden?
Because it's
one of
very
his
it's very
biggest
worrying.
enemies, Denene, is planning a coup against him. He has a lot of power. Denene has a lot of power. Ebo Ishak has a lot of power.
Denene is actually related to Jonas Savimbi. If you don't know who that is,
I Joseph who?
Joseph Savimbi.
What's so funny?
Sorry, my room is filled with incense, and it's like in my lungs, and I'm dying.
Look. I'm not really familiar with all. I mean, I in Eastern politics, about African. That's an area well versed in. I don't feel.
What is? I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, no, I just said that I don't feel I'm most equipped to comment on African affairs because I'm not familiar with the landscapes that are shifting in Africa. But I am aware of their policies, and I am aware of the Asian, especially Eastern, the policies and in the international affairs of the Eastern Asia. So, yeah.
So Charlie, you mind if I call you Charlie? I feel like we're gaining a personal connection here.
Not at all.
I think you're gonna have to start reading a lot about, Africa and its current situation, because we could be seeing the next Iraqi war here, especially if Ebo Ishak does something absolutely horrible.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And especially with Denene, he actually has a phone number which you could contact him, and he's made it public several times.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not really well versed matters.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the Mossad operations in the whole region of Asia, Southeastern Asia especially?
Your Discord shits itself, bottom text.
If Mossad were to conduct operations on the foreign soils of Southeastern Asia, I wouldn't be aware of that. I don't think there's a history of that as far as election goes. Even a date.
How do you feel about?
Ooh, keep spamming gay porn in chat, dude.
Alright, guys, I gotta head out.
Please kick him, dog.
Alright.
Was cool hanging with you guys.
Let's give an applause.
Tag me in the meeting, please.
Let's give Joe an applause before he leaves, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks for being a good sport.
Yay.
Yeah, buddy.
Tag me in the memes. I want to see them.
Tag it.
Well, don't worry.
Conduct something in Southeast
All right,
Asia.
bye.
I don't know.
Bye,
I don't know
Joe.
if you're familiar with the Dayaks.
I have no idea. Guys, your volume is not loud enough. Are you like really far away from the speaker right now?
No,
There's
no.
actually the
Is it
super
better now?
serious group
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
up, Dayaks.
Yeah, they're called the Dayaks. It's actually called the AIG.
Is there a woman
Mossad
talking?
did a really big operation on them. They actually lost 3 of their best operatives, and their leader name is Noro Sasaki, a dangerous man. He
That sounds like a made-up name.
Noro? No, it is not.
No, he's a real dude, alright.
He's a real man. The threat is real. Noro Sasaki has actually claimed that he knows people in the government of China and how to infiltrate them, and he's successfully done it.
Oh my god!
Shut up.
Can we talk about some African policies? I'm not really.
Have you heard of what happened in the Hari Balzac incident?
I would prefer to talk about something else.
So there's this region called Hari.
Look. I'm not really interested in these issues right now. So maybe somewhere else.
If you knew the severity of it, I think you would. But
yeah. Like this is like some stuff that you'd see on like Change.org.
Charles, what is your opinion on more Americans leaning towards communism and communism leading to like Ishak? All this stuff kind of correlates into each other. Like, what do you think about that? Because Ibo Ishak is very inspired by communist propaganda and that kind of stuff. Do you think if more people in America became communist, they would convert to like communist Islam mix?
Well, I have no idea what you're asking about.
Ibo Ishak.
Like I said, dude. Actually, let me look something up. How exactly do you spell that?
IBO.
Right.
Ishak.
And that's Ishak.
Ishak.
As like.
It's like an accented E.
Cool. Okay. It was the name of a Turkish conqueror during the times of World War I who invaded the kingdom of King Emperor Sozar Edison IV, ruler of a Muslim sect of the Ottoman Empire during the war. He single-handedly butchered 76% of the Ottoman soldiers. What does that have to do with anything?
No. Are you familiar with Drake?
Drake rapper?
No, passion from a miles away. Passion with the
you guys are totally fucking with me right now, aren't you?
How do you feel about Israel?
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up, Kara.
I'm
Shut
watching
up,
my
Kara.
words very carefully here. I don't believe we should, give them billions of dollars of, just free cash money.
Do you think we should bomb them and
like
set
you,
their
bro.
houses on fire?
No.
Yeah, Charles, you're actually a really big inspiration to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you.
I do have a serious question for you though. You say, I remember in your bio, You said that you're a communism survivor. Tell us your story about that.
Sure. So my family, I was born in communist China, and
Lucky.
I grew up. What? No, not
Nothing.
China.
Listen, I'm trying to get my social credits up before it's too late. Okay. Give me a break.
Yeah. So I was born in communist China. I grew up there. I spent 13 years of my life there, and my mom helped my grandma to organize this underground Protestant church. My family has been Protestant for a long time. My great-grandmother converted into a Protestant by a British Protestant priest after the fall of Peking. So, yeah, it's long tradition, long history. So anyways, my family organized this underground church that was in northern China in a small shithole town called Xiping. That's where I was born. And when Xi Jinping, the new president, took power, he started to crack down on all underground facilities, whether it be Christians, especially if it's Christians, and Muslims too. They built like concentration camps for Muslims. Anyways, my family was prosecuted. My uncle almost put on trial.
Good.
Huh?
Dog.
Just ignore that, Charles.
That's
All
not
right.
funny.
It's not funny. I actually sympathize with you a lot.
It's extremely unfunny.
Yeah, same. Because I'm
Unfunny.
Asian too.
Right,
And I have
Failed comment.
Whoever said that, you're getting molested.
And I have family members who are in the Eastern Bloc, so you know I know what communism does to someone.
Right. So basically, we escaped when I was 13 years old, and I've been here ever since. I have zero allegiance to China or the Chinese people.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't give less of a shit at this point, because at this point I don't think China is salvageable. And
You think we should just destroy China?
I mean, I would love to.
Nuke them.
Let's go!
Nuclear doesn't.
MacArthur, you got the green light. Let's go, baby.
No, it's pretty good. Awesome.
Charles is ultimate authoritative on nuking China.
But I would love to I don't know, dismantle the country of China, and China has a lot of great natural resources. My hometown was known as a coal mining town, and one of the biggest oil fields in Asia was located in Manchuria, just 2 hours away from where I once lived. So I would love to see these natural resources being opened up to the Western market. Either by I don't think right now some sort of coup is possible, but Xi Jinping has turned China from an oligarchy into a purely some sort of a totalitarian dictatorship.
Mm-hmm.
So when he dies,
China
there's going to be a
Don't say based. Don't say based. Don't say based. Don't say based.
Shut
Do you
up.
think that Diax could help us with dismantling China if we
Is
were
there a
to?
woman in here?
Abby, you're not funny. Shut up.
Yeah,
Anyways,
please lie.
do you think China has any influence on Mongolia in any way?
Mongolia, of course, dude. But Mongolia is under far deeper influence of Russia than China, I'd say.
Who do you think is? Who do you think? Who do you think? I'm going to give you a couple countries here, and which one do you think is a big threat? China, Iran, Russia, or possibly
Mozambique.
and Mozambique.
No, Iraq is not remotely a threat. In fact, the Iraqi government is basically a U.S. puppet government at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And their entire Iraqi national military is directly under the command of the Pentagon. So, whereas Iran poses a serious threat to U.S. regional interests, they're the big sponsor of all anti-U.S. guerrilla groups that are active in Jordan, that are active in Iraq, especially in Iraq. And Iran has been trying to take Iraq for years. I mean, who the fuck do you think they are? I mean, Iraq is supposed to be our sphere of influence, and they can't just waltz in and take the properties, take the territories that our soldiers died for. Iran is certainly a threat, but biggest threat is still China.
Mm-hmm.
China, unlike Soviet Union, China is strong. They know what they want. What they want is to replace the United States, replace us as the sole global hegemony, and they're well on their way. We didn't have any sort of reliance on USSR. In fact, back in the days when any American company would hire a Russian, they would come under investigation. Right now, the entire U.S. economy has this unhealthy reliance on China, and I'm really worried that China is in a very good position right now, especially by the president.
Do you think if we, God forbid, were ever to go to war with China, who do you think? What would you think that outcome would be?
We might go to war with China over South China Sea, but that's only going to be a war. That's like naval battles, and not going to have much substantial. That it might cause some substantial change to the regional politics and the regional affairs if the U.S. were to lose. And I suppose there's a chance the U.S. might lose when the war is fought on China's doorstep, because China has the capabilities, has the supersonic missiles to counter American aircraft carriers, and that's really concerning.
But ultimately, any war that we've seen, it's mainly the battle of wills which comes out on top.
Not necessarily. The United States. I mean, will certainly plays a part. But I don't put that much faith in the will. I still believe in the importance of strategic and technological advantages.
I agree with you. I agree with you there. But
it has been acting force multiplier, by using superior firepower to annihilate an enemy many times, prior able to cause any sort of significant damages on us. So that's casualties in all recent warfare has been terribly very slim when you compare to the American casualties versus the casualties of enemies.
Now,
Charles, what's your opinion on abortion?
Oh, abortion? Okay. Compromise.
Can I just
Yeah.
I just think that I would sort of disagree with you on the subject of American military superiority, in the sense that America hasn't fought a conventional near-peer adversary in more than 40 years. No, even longer than that, actually. So, sure, you could say that the American military of today is an expert at counterinsurgency, even though it has yet to put down an insurgency successfully. But I don't think that the casualty figures you mentioned would be applicable in a conventional warfare against China or Russia or a near-peer adversary.
No, I mean, when it comes down to Russia, what sort of edge do you think Russia has? Because Russia has no technological edge whatsoever. Russia is still using Cold War air technologies, whereas the United States continues to world in all sorts of, whether it be naval.
Who played the music, but that's pretty
funny. I would argue that the United States might suffer some form of severe casualty if we are pit against China, because China is coming really close when it comes down to technologies, when it comes down to supersonic missiles, and but not to say that we don't have the ability to missile defense. The United States has uniquely to own the most advanced anti-missile, the missile interception system in the world. It's called THAAD. Whatever. THAAD. THAAD. THAAD is a very.
No, that one you're referring to is only an initial stage.
No, it's not in.
So it has to be
in Japan. Look,
who the hell put on the Hitler speech?
In South Korea, and it has been proven to have an efficacy rate of about 95%, and we have missile interception systems here in the United States too, and that efficacy comes back approximately at about 95 to 96% effective against all.
The Moab we have the Moab. That's one thing I could think of.
No. Moab. You are talking about. Look, Moab does not belong on a conventional battlefield. Moab works when you are dealing with a country that has no anti-air capability whatsoever. You can fly a huge hunky C-130 in to drop the fucking bomb, to drop the Moab. It doesn't work.
I'll do it. I'll take one for the team.
Mm-hmm.
The claim that the United States is not technologically superior enough to deter heavy casualties when it comes down to fighting against Russia or China, that's a completely myth. In what way is China technologically superior? I mean, China, if we are to fight against China is far less experienced than we are in modern battlefield. China has never been involved in any, even a guerrilla war since the 1950s, I believe.
Yeah, the Korean War, to be exact.
Even the Korean War, the only reason the United States suffered somewhat of a heavy casualty back in the Korean War was because we never anticipated that China would participate in this war, that China then the troop numbers that are 10 times our size, and also back then the technological factor wasn't a thing, because that was right after World War II. Night vision goggles, that technology almost didn't exist, and we barely had any helicopters, so that was still very, very conventional, very.
I believe they did something with Vietnam.
Charles, what do you think about my cat?
Correct.
They supplied them, like, I think, tanks and stuff, but...
Oh my gosh.
China supplied Vietnam. China drew a line on the northern side of the, near the Vietnam-Chinese border. They basically told the United States that if your soldiers were to cross the line, we're going to deploy troops again, and it's going to be Korean War, and it's going to be casualties for you again. So the United States never, and we remained in diplomatic relations with China at the time. I mean, very fragile diplomatic relations. Basically didn't exist. There was no direct communication. But yeah, they did with Vietcong with weapons, which turned out to fighting their ass. I mean, they basically shot himself in the foot, because of several years later, they would find themselves involved, attacking against the same Vietcong that they support.
Charles, do you fart?
What do you think about the Islamic State of Syria?
Who's the Ibo nigger who invited me to this shit?
Whoa, hey!
We don't
coming down with the nigga.
I only say that. Charles, I'm sorry. I'm
freaking out my cat. You're
racist fuck.
I'm sorry about that, Charles.
That's okay,
buddy. Yeah, don't say nigger.
Whoa! Buddy, we just had to talk about this. Bro, I only jack off to
I apologize.
Okay. I got a question for Charles. What do you think of the Myanmar military coup? Do you think we should stop it, or what?
Okay, Myanmar was supposed to be a part of the international finance system, and the fact that their military took over.
Yo, is this nigga Ibo?
Oh
no, this is not Ibo Ishak. That is Mozambican president.
Let Charles speak, okay?
Let me speak, right?
I don't think it's healthy for the United States. At some point, we might have to intervene. Not militarily. I don't agree with deploying troops on the ground over this shithole ass little country. We don't have to send our troops to die in something that doesn't.
Charles, I have a question about this quote, and I want to see what your thoughts are on it. And thuggin' all my life can't say I don't deserve to take a break. What do you think about that? Do you agree with the message of the quote, or
can you repeat the quote?
Been thuggin' all my life, can't say I don't deserve to take a break.
I'm not going to comment on that. That's
have you been thuggin' all your life, Charles? Metaphorically.
I don't know. I suppose I have.
Have you been going through a struggle?
Okay. So, yeah, what's up?
So last summer, I met with my poor friend, rest in peace, Jeffrey Epstein. I believe I saw you on the plane. Yeah, I saw you on the plane. I was hanging out with my best friend Quentin Tarantino, and I saw you, and I was like, "Who's this man here? You know, he's got to be some well-established politician / actor / director." And you never introduced yourself.
Yeah. In that.
Oh my god!
Oh, no.
Check him out! Holy smokes!
What?
Nothing.
In that case, better shut the fuck up then.
Hey, don't fucking tell my boy Charles his fucking secrets. Every man has to get away sometimes.
I mean, yeah.
I miss Jeff every day, man. Really do.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine, dude.
Clipped and reported.
Shut the fuck up.
Blocked and cancelled.
Charles, do you be dropping N-bombs 24/7?
I don't, and I believe anyone should, even African Americans. That's not a good word to use.
Charles, I'm black and white. Can I still say nigga?
No, I don't think anybody should use that word that frequently. I mean, it's whether even if you're like 100% black, I don't think you should use it because it's just not a good word, dude.
Charles,
I've been thugging all my life.
Cool.
So Charles, have you do you game, my guy? Are you a gamer?
Minecraft.
So you're a big Minecraft.
He left.
Yeah, I think his battery died. I don't know.
Oh,
yeah.
He's back. Okay, cool.
Oh no, he's still here. He's still here.
What?
He just rejoined.
All right, I'm back.
All right, you were talking about Minecraft. You like Minecraft?
I guess I like Minecraft when I'm free. I do play with some of my well-established internet friends. It's very interesting.
What are some of your favorite?
The rise of Islam in America.
I don't think we have a rise of Islam issue in the States. It's a issue in the Middle East. But for 4 years that saw the maximum amount of that saw the highest record-breaking amount of Muslim migrants coming out of the Middle East. These 4 years were all under Trump presidency, and Trump didn't take any refugees. So as a result, Europe is suffering with this migrant issue. Europe is seeing a rise of traditional Islam, which is fundamentally doesn't fit with the Western way of life, and that's ended in many tragic terrorist attacks. But essentially,
Do you believe? Oh, sorry, my bad. I cut
Charles, are you a type of person who's for open borders, completely closed borders, or legal immigration?
What happened?
Oh, it looks like he keeps cutting out.
Yeah.
Oh no, that would be terrible. I gotta hear more, bro. I'm interested in what this man has to say.
Look at the chat. I've been fucking spamming anti-Chinese propaganda.
He's gonna leave. He's a cool guy.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? Come on.
I'm gonna
Come on.
here.
Dude, I can't believe some guy